Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Fortum. I'm the host of this podcast, Doers Within Emerging Markets. And I just want to share my experience with using Anchor so far. When the pandemic started, I thought about starting a podcast, and the whole idea was to bring in some really amazing folks that are doing some great work in their respective industries within the emerging markets. And the Anchor platform really helped me get the word out there and also just make it a lot easier for me to invite the guest and just share the amazing experiences they've had and the amazing work they're doing in their respective industries within the emerging markets. Um, it's pretty fun. You don't even worry about the technical part of making a podcast. You actually just focus more on the content. And Anchor has done it really well for me. So I will highly encourage anybody who is trying to start a podcast to try to use. Just check out Anchor, and I think you won't regret it. I'm not a technical person, but if you listen to these episodes that I've been publishing so far, it seems like I know what the technical part of it, but Anchor helps you take care of the technical part, and you just focus on the content. So feel free to check it out. I highly encourage you. Won't regret it, and it's right there. You don't pay anything. So in times like this, I think starting a podcast and getting the word out there, irrespective of what you're doing, will be a really great experience. So thank you guys for listening to my episodes. Please check out Anchor, and you will have a great time. So cheers, guys, and see you guys next episode. Thanks. Honesty. I'm not. Yeah, and you're a Babson alum, so that kind of provided the framework.
Right. So I was trying to saying that current government really put a lot of resources in the startup ecosystem. So originally, I think back in 2000, maybe around 14, 13, around that time, their main purpose is to, like outbound, like push a lot of Korean startups go to Silicon Valley, go to the tackle United States market or Southeast Asia, and government put a lot of money on that, and so that should create a lot of this vibe, a lot of this atmosphere that people love to do. People are really seriously thinking about doing startup because Korea culture is somehow very similar with Taiwan culture, that we are not encouraged to do startups. We just want to choose a safer path, like stable ones. Like you just need to graduate and find a stable job, and for the rest of your life. That's sort of like the common like stance or common feeling here, cultural thing in Taiwan and in Korea. So if you take a look at the Korea, sort of like the working environment. Very few companies. Well, let me put it this way: Samsung, LG, they pretty much dominate everything, every industry.
Yeah, and Hyundai.
Hyundai as well. Yeah. So and lottery. So they have it's a big conglomerate, right? So they have every subsidy tackle into every different kind of industry. So leaving very few opportunity to startups or small companies, and all the talents go to these kind of big companies to work for them. They don't want to do startup. If they do startup, their parents will get mad. Like, what the hell are you doing? Just go to Samsung.
Samsung. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But with the government's effort back in like 2013 or 14, around that time, actually things change a little bit. Like people start to be aware of, we can actually do our own business and actually put it off, because at that time there are some, not many, but some Korean startup that really get really good funding and some great traction. So for example, Mimi Box, which is if I remember correctly, I'm old by the way. It's a cosmetic products. I think it's a simple cosmetic product, like Birchbox. Do you know Birchbox? Yeah, I think that's a Korean version of Birchbox. If I remember correctly, you probably want to check it out. Look it up again. So they got very good revenue in like Western market and funding. They were in Y Combinator.
Okay.
Yeah, so people start to realize, oh, there's a success case there, and it's actually doable to start a company and with government's funding. So that things change much. From what I understand that Korean government changed the strategy a little bit for the past maybe 2 years, that they now want to put the money to get more talents startups into Korea, into Seoul. That's so that they change the strategy. I think that also makes a lot of sense, because it's really hard to just export your team, your startups to other market. The result is not that as good as they expected, so now they change it to do the other way. So Taiwan is a little bit similar with that. Except that Taiwan is fundamentally, culturally, in our DNA, we want to do our own startup. We want to do our own company. So probably 98%, around 98%, it's an incredible high number. 98% of the companies here in Taiwan are small, medium business. So we have this kind of DNA. We love to do our own business. We, a lot of these kind of restaurants, a lot of these shops, and young generation, they have this kind of mentality that, I just want to be the next Facebook. I just want to be the next Google or something like that. So we have this kind of DNA. The biggest hurdle for us is that the whole ecosystem is not ready yet, not as mature as like United States, and the market is so small. The domestic market is so small, so we don't have enough money, VC money, here in Taiwan. And the government is still trying to figure out what startups are, taking them like so many years already, but they still try to scratch their head and wondering how to help startups. Historically, Taiwan government is, how to say that, is it's a small place, and Taiwan government is, I heard a phrase say that, and I kind of agree that if you look at the history of Taiwan, it's actually it's an island, right? And then the current government is originally from China, so they originally ruled China. The whole China is actually originally owned by the ruling party, well, not the ruling party, the previous ruling party, called KMT, Kuomintang KMT. So KMT originally ruled the whole China, but the Republic of China, they won the battle and then get the KMT, kick them out, and so they sort of fall back and stay in Taiwan. So their mentality is like, I used to be the king of such a big territory. Now they are forced into a small island. So they kept, the mentality is more like, I'm going to be the king of Taiwan. I'm going to control everything. It's not easy for them to let the market grow by themselves, to allow capitalism, you know what I mean?
It's a mindset thing that evolved.
Yeah. So Taiwan government is very, very hands-on on a lot of regulation thing, a lot of strict restriction on innovation. Let me put it this way. So they don't like innovation, and they will use a lot of effort to stop innovation if they think that this might grow up to something that would endanger their original way to get all this benefit or money or something like that. So that's sort of like one way to look at that. Taiwan is super conservative. And I would say much more conservative than Korea and then South Korea government. The Japan I'm not too sure. Japan is also very conservative.
Yeah, Japan.
Also super
The Japanese in my class, they look very serious.
Yeah, very
I'm
conservative.
like, dude, calm down, man. Calm down.
Like something like that. Yeah, so that's why also like Japan, there's not too many.
Yeah.
Well, still a lot of people trying startups in Japan, but like still Sony and not too many like like big startups out there from Japan.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, that's good. I mean, that's
saying
good.
too much.
I want to take Instagram.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's go ahead.
I thought we had one more.
No, please. What you said is very important. I think.
Sorry, just. 哎，小姐，
Hello.
我们有一道菜没有写进去，水煮牛。Yeah, sorry.
So what you said about South Korea is exactly right, because from all my interviews,
Yeah.
that's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
So much money coming from the government,
Yeah.
75% of
The budget.
of the money that investors have. So I met an investor, and he said 75% of his fund is from the government. And the last girl I interviewed works for an institution that was funded by the Korean government
Yeah.
to bring in startups into Korea.
Yeah.
So that was my last interview. So
Wait, which institution? Which institution?
I have to recheck. Her name is. I have it on LinkedIn. I can send it to you.
Yeah.
The institution actually got a lot of money from the Korean government to help foreign startups get register into Korea.
Yeah, because I know another organization called Shift, and they are based in Seoul, and then the main money is from government, so they sort of like more like it's more like government outsource this kind of program to each different type of organizations.
Yeah.
So they pretty much pay everything.
So I think the organization that she worked for was a software company.
Okay.
That somehow got some good connections with the Korean government.
Okay.
To open this small section of their company to do investment, to bring in foreign companies that deal with software.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Software company.
Yeah. So she said she didn't like it because what happened was that they used the money, they got the money from the government, and they used it to pay that debt.
Okay. That's one way to do business. Yeah.
So I think she left, but she said in general this money.
Oh, she left. Yeah, I mean, it's always like that. Like, especially in emerging markets, I think the government plays a vital role to sort of like foster a healthier environment ecosystem. It's just that oftentimes that the government try to do that, in the hope of like to be more startup friendly image. You know what I mean? Because it's always election years, right? And they have to. So being nice to startup is a lower hanging fruit for government to get a positive image from the people.
Exactly.
So a lot of government love to do that, and the easier way is just throw money, right? But oftentimes the money goes to the wrong people because like the real startup that need money don't have that kind of connection with the government. So the money goes to the people who have the connection with the government, and those people are the people that have no idea about startups. They just love to build a connection with the government in order to get more money from government. So that happens. I'm pretty sure that happens to pretty much all kinds of emerging markets government scenario.
All the ones I've been to, except Peru. So Peru have a lot of private investors that are involved in. Have you heard of real estate investment trust?
Yeah, REITs. Yeah.
So I did interview one guy there, and there's a lot of investment coming in private.
Wait, so the guy is doing the REITs? Okay.
He's starting a rig
Okay.
for Latin America, so not just Peru, but across. So his younger brother is my father. He went to Stanford. They're very successful guy. He built he has a conglomerate. So he has 6 different companies. And the last challenge for himself is to make this rig. I think he's aiming for 500 million US dollars to start the rig.
Is it going to sell to Latin America or United States?
Latin America.
Latin America.
The investors are coming from Asia? Europe, yes.
Oh, okay. So it's a global investor pool.
Yes. So investors are coming from Europe and Asia, but they're building houses in Latin America.
In Latin America, yeah.
And I think Peru, the government is not too strong enough in terms of providing funding.
Support for that.
So
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great way for it's Peru, right? Is it Peru?
Yeah.
That's a great way for Peru to get the money
From
influx into Peru.
Exactly.
They should be like super welcoming and like super supportive.
So what happens is that they had that support. Just like you heard about the money laundering that happened in Brazil.
Right.
So Peruvian government was involved in that as well. So the Peruvian government has resigned. He resigned earlier this year.
Because the money laundering?
It was part of
Holy cow.
It was part of the Brazilian thing.
Wow.
So the Brazilian thing spread across Latin America.
I see.
So do you know the government in Peru? You might get into jail. It's very dangerous.
That's a very difficult issue. Exactly. But if you ask me and compare Taiwan to maybe even more emerging market like maybe Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam. I'm talking about Southeast Asia region. Taiwan is really like one of the best place to start your company, your startup. Because we have, the business environment is really healthy. If you compare to China, like people just steal your idea and then do anything they can do and copy your stuff with just 1/10 of the price. That happens all the time. And there's no moral business at all in China. Compared to Taiwan. So Taiwan is much better, decent people, decent way to do business, respect each other, and the technology part, Taiwan is like super well.
I think we know that back in the US.
Yeah, so like iPhone, MacBook, and all that kind of electronics. Google Home, Alexa is all made in Taiwan. And we oftentimes heard, a lot of story about smart power startup in the United States. They try to find a manufacturing partner, right? So they will fly to Asia, and they will pretty much just stop 2 stops, like Shenzhen and Taipei. So there's only 2 stops for them, and very highly likely they would choose Taipei if they want to really do something like really do something like great product. If they want to ship shitty products, they will choose Shenzhen. If they want to ship good products, high quality products, they always choose Taipei. And a lot of teams that they work with Shenzhen, very soon they realize that they just doing things very cheaply and not healthy way. But when they come to Taipei and then talk to some potential manufacturers, they know all the tech details about how to make sure that your products actually works in all kinds of conditions and then really deliver the value that you promised your users, your customers. And that's very rare globally. So Taiwan has that kind of strength, advantage. And then my experience is more from software technology or internet related business. So Taiwan, we have very solid infrastructure for the internet usage. Everybody uses 4G, like literally pretty much everybody, except 80 years old grandma. They probably stick with 3G, but still 3G, right? It's not 2G or something. And governments highly value about the telecommunication industry's path. So we are also very welcoming for the 5G. Definitely will spend a lot of resources on building up the 5G environment. So that part is very similar with South Korea. Like the infrastructure for internet is way so advanced. No problem at all for that. So compared to like Southeast Asia, the Philippines, Vietnam, Vietnam is definitely not. So Indonesia, Philippines, and so they are still like infrastructure is not ready yet. So Taiwan is. I think Taiwan is great, like infrastructure, good place to start your business, especially for the prototype or the first like beta products. Taiwan is super nice to live in.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, and very convenient, right?
Move here.
Thinking about moving.
No, seriously.
Like, a lot of people say that, yeah. So food is good and it's cheap. It's not expensive at all. And everybody's so nice, safe, and transportation is so convenient. So yeah, it's especially the tech talents here, high quality and inexpensive. So it's very good for software companies, that to have sort of like R&D team in Taiwan. That's so from the global perspective.
Tell me about like your life, like how you went to Babson, how you came back. I know you're part of a venture.
So I knew I was going to do my own startup back in college. I just can't imagine myself working for someone else, because I'm an asshole. So
you're a good guy.
And that's when I decided to to look up for the school to sort of study more in the entrepreneurship program. Then I realized Babson and if you want to enroll in MBA program, you have to have some sort of working experience, right? So after graduation from college, I started to work for some companies just to get the working experience to apply for Babson. And then luckily enough, I joined Babson, and that was 2000. I'm class 2010, so I was there 2008 to 10. And at that time, I realized that I want to do software startup, but I don't know how to code at all. My major was actually computer science, but embarrassed enough to say that I don't know how to code.
Where did you go for college?
What's that?
Where did you go undergrad?
Where? Oh, undergrad? Where?
What college? Here.
National Jiao Tong University, which is
National
one of the best engineering school.
Oh, nice.
That time is actually 2000, 1999, 2000, and that time is the bubble of the internet. So everybody's talking about internet. That is at the time that people realize that, oh shit, internet, it's like Bitcoin right now, right? Like there's not too many real life application yet, but the imagination and the price of the stocks, price of the Bitcoins goes up like crazy. So everybody's talking about that. That's why I sort of like wanted go to the Jiao University, National Jiao University, and get the computer science bachelor's degree.
But you didn't learn how to code.
Oh, no. Well, I spent 4 years and learned that a very valuable lesson that I hate communicate with computers. I hate sitting in the desk and communicate with computer. I hate it. It's my biggest learning. But I love the trend of the industry. I love the software. I love the theory of that. I just don't know how to code. And I love to explore the business part of that theory. So
you don't understand it. You definitely understand it.
So I do understand the basic theory. It's just that I can't code the language, the libraries, all that kind of. Yeah, I just can't.
You're definitely a business guy.
I think I'm more like a business guy, with some basic knowledge about the tech part. So I decided to polish more on the business side. That's why I go to Babson. And so when I'm back in Taiwan, so I decided to come back to Taiwan to do my startup.
Wait, how was Babson? How was your
The Babson?
How was Babson?
Well,
When you were there?
well, you know,
Did you fine or?
you since you're recording, I cannot say too much honest
No,
words.
no.
I'm just kidding. It's okay. No, it's okay.
Don't worry.
Well, if you ask me very, very honestly, the value of Babson is not about classes or knowledge at all. Because in my opinion, you can pretty much Google everything you want, on the internet, and all the textbook, you can just get a textbook.
Yeah.
And nowadays a lot of it is kind of online courses like Coursera and all that kind of stuff. It's just and if you don't have, and if you haven't really have hands-on experience on the topic, it's kind of hard for you to really digest the knowledge that you in the class. You know what I mean? Like you have to have that hands-on experience first, and then you really appreciate that knowledge to apply to the battlefield, right? So at that time I don't have any like real startup experience yet. I'm super fresh. So just from gaining knowledge of like accounting or or finance or even entrepreneurship stuff, I just love. I love the topic, but I don't really feel it. Yeah. But the most valuable thing, I don't regret at all like going to Babson. I would still recommend everyone to go to Babson, because the biggest value I learned through Babson is the networks and the vibe. Like everybody around you is talking about entrepreneurship. Everybody is dreaming about doing their own startups one day. It's not necessarily to be tech. It's all kinds of even family business. So all kinds of industry. Everybody has this kind of same goal of starting their own company, and that really gives me a lot of courage that I don't have back then to start my own company. So I was like, oh shit, so the world is actually really, really big. It's not just like go to college and then graduate and then go to like TSMC, Foxconn, and then work for the rest of life. You actually have a lot of options, a lot of paths, and it's okay to fail. That's so rare. It's okay to fail, and people encourage you to fail. That's not gonna happen in Asia. Like in Asia, you can't fail. You can't do that because you might be failing, so you can't do that. So it's so different. That's like widen my perspective and open my eyes, and I become more firm about I have to have my own company. Yeah. So that's the biggest value.
And you think that's paid off now in the past?
What's that?
That's paid off big time in the past 19 years now, right? 9 years. 9 years.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's good. And likewise, I feel the same. Before I went to Babson, I think I came from a traditional family too, right? Like a doctor, a physician, or something more structured.
Yeah.
But through Babson, I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
So that's stayed. That's been the same.
It's so different. I mean, I remember very clearly that I think it's orientation day. I forgot the principals or one professor or dean, I forgot. But anyway, someone very important said that welcome to Babson. From this day now you have to be friend with ambiguity. Yeah, you have to live with uncertainty. And so I was like, interesting. And then once I do my startup back in 2010, I totally understand that. Like, there's no answers, no one telling you what to do. If you're doing your own company, right? So literally, like really living with ambiguity, living with uncertainty.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like wow. Yeah. I love that expression.
Yeah, that paid big time. So when you came back, you had your tech company.
Yeah.
And This was a software company.
Yeah. So I tried three different projects. It's all software related. First one is the fintech thing. So it's a peer-to-peer lending platform. So a little bit like Lending Club. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So there's they're very recurring. They are from UK. One of the biggest. I think they went public already. So basically, just, online platform helping people to lend money to each other. So friends or anyone who has a great idea, and everyone can just become sort of an investor of your companies in a way like that. So you can lend the money lend money, not at that time it's not an investment vehicle. It's not like the AngelList or Republic that you actually do investment. So that's just a lending platform. So I was doing that, and then that was back in 2010. At that time, the whole Asia, or especially Taiwan, is still super new to the fintech. We don't have that fintech phrase at that time. So the government is I was trying to do that, but then I consult with several lawyers, and all the lawyers I contact with, they all said that this is illegal. There's nothing else to say. This is illegal. If you're going to do that, you're going to jail. End of question. End of story. So yeah, because government is not open to new innovation for the finance service. So I spent like maybe 3 to 4 months studied the law and talked to the accountants and lawyers, and then I don't wanna go to jail for the first time being a startup. So
that was so cool.
That would be very cool, right? That would be one hell of a story.
They invite you to Babson to be a keynote speaker.
All right, after I get out of jail, yeah. I was gonna try this spicy beef. And then, but actually so you don't Kickstarter, right? Indiegogo.
Yeah.
So they are actually in a very similar concept, except that they don't do lending. They use the kind of like donation or pre-sale kind of concept to achieve the similar idea.
Exactly.
So I was stupid. Like I should have thought about that.
That one,
Yeah. So to go roundabout way to do that.
Yeah, because the product is still in production.
Yeah.
But you sell it to prospective supporters.
Yeah, supporters. Yeah. So it's a pure like sales. It's not a lending or investment. So then I sort of pivot or jump to another idea. It's a social commerce platform. So it's more like if you buy something or if you want to buy something, you can sort of share that information with your friends and all the friends. More like a little bit like Facebook and more like Pinterest. Yeah. But highly dedicated to the shopping items. So we sort of like make it tailored to a lot of shopping websites around the world, helping people to have a clean interface to consolidate all the shopping items or items you want to buy, things that you want to buy into one beautiful interface, and then have easily to share with your friends, and then have this kind of conversation on shopping items. And you are exactly right. I mean, people are sort of like very comfortable with Facebook, and the core problem is that the problem I'm trying to solve is not the pain point is not painful enough for the users. So they are not willing to pay the service. They are okay with using it, but they just use it for free. They don't want to pay for it because it's not painful enough for them to pay. And then we we realized that it's not a real problem. So we tried a third project, which is a photo sharing app. Yeah, it's a photo sharing. Yeah, it's pretty much everything. It's nothing related to each other. And that one was doing much better than the previous two, or the previous one. The first one not even online. But the problem was still shutting down because the main problem is that we can't generate enough cash flow to cover our expense. We do have some paying customers, but it's just not paying enough to our burn rate is way much higher than the revenue. And then so after that, I had this kind of experience. Some accelerator program in Taiwan and China, they approached me and said, "Hey, TK, do you wanna join us and help us build up the accelerator program? Since you have the experience of doing your own stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So
This was from China.
that was actually two different accelerator programs. So I spent so after the startup, I spent 1.5 years in Foxconn.
What is that?
So Foxconn is the manufacturer of the iPhone, MacBook.
Oh yeah,
It's the biggest one, Foxconn. Yeah. So at that time, that was 2013. They were trying to build out a smart hardware accelerator program. So they approached me and said, "Hey, do you want to help out build out the program?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Foxconn, the biggest manufacturer in the world, trying to do a smart hardware accelerator program. How sexy is that, right? Yeah, so I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And then things doesn't really go as I expected because they are such a big companies, public companies. They have a lot of shareholders out there, so they can't really spend money as free as they want to because they have to be accountable for the shareholders, right? And also the manufacturing mentality is really hard to change to adapt the software industry or the accelerator program incubator sort of business model. So you definitely know that you're trying to build out an accelerator program, right? So accelerator program, you have to either have some sort of funding to invest the startup, get the shares, and then when they go up, when they grow up, you earn your money from that. That's probably pretty much the core thing of the accelerator program. You can probably try to sell some service, like if you have a great team that is like really capable of doing sales or tech or anything like that. You can probably sell some service of that to your team. Yeah, but by definition, they are startup. They're so young. They don't have money. So it doesn't make sense to sort of like have all the business model of accelerator program to get the money out of the pocket of the startup. It doesn't really make sense. They don't have money. Yeah. But the mindset of the Foxconn at that time, they still try to figure out how to get as much money as possible from the startup to cover the operation expense. So things go sideways and not really, well, not in a bad way. It's just like it's not as the way I thought. So I left and then joined another extra program in China. So that was in 2015. That is when Chinese government start to wake up and realize that the software industry is sort of the key to generate jobs, generate money, and dominate the world. So they put so much money like crazy into investing in early stage companies, especially tech companies. So at that time, there's so many extra programs out there that trying to they got a lot of money from government and trying to invest in startups or have this kind of co-working space plus extra program type of business out there. So the one I work with that their mandate is to get as many Taiwan companies to go to China as possible. So I'm like the one, like spy, like stay in Taiwan, but get more teams out of China.
You didn't get in trouble with the Taiwanese
No,
government?
not at all, not at all. So, yeah. Yeah. No, not at all, not at all. So, if you wanna have Chinese money invest in Taiwan company, you have to go through this kind of investment committee. The government investment committee to make sure the money can go through. So they have the right to block foreign money come to Taiwan, and they're actually pretty welcome for money from Europe, from United States, from Japan, from Korea. That's no problem. But for China, they are they will become more aware of that. And my job is simply to introduce some teams that who want to tackle into China market and become the window to that. So they will set a company in China, and the actual will invest the money renminbi in that China company. So pretty much has nothing to do with Taiwan at all. So that's why there's no like
B2B.
It's what do you mean?
B2B, business to business.
Yeah, I mean extra program is definitely business to business. Yeah. But that's when I realized that how crazy the whole culture or vibe or the atmosphere is, that people just has super random shitty idea and they somehow raise a couple $100,000 or even millions or billions US dollars funding. So much money try to go into startup.
Yeah.
And I was actually laughing at them like, oh, this is not healthy at all. You guys are so stupid, just wasting money. But then the funny thing is that with all that crazy chaos period after that, they learn through that. Yeah. They learn so quick and change, adapt to the ecosystem or to the industry, that they start to realize how to really do investment, how to really do a startup. So right now, in my opinion, if you look at consumer-facing app, China is already #1 in the world, not United States. Like Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, or Facebook, Google, or they actually try to learn features from China products. Yeah. So they was like, how do you guys do messengers? How do you guys do like WeChat? It's not a messenger app. It's an app for everything, like literally everything. There's nothing you can do on WeChat. So Facebook, tried to learn a lot from that, and like the stickers also the stickers, right? You have so WhatsApp is so late to adapt stickers. Stickers like so popular in China, and another thing is that the mobile payment is wow. If you go to China, if you pay with cash, people are like, whoa, ho, what is that? They don't accept cash anymore. They only do mobile payment. So even the small shop, like just selling like 5 renminbi, which is like less than $1 gadget or something like that, they still only do WeChat payment or Alibaba payment. They don't take cash at all. So if you take cash, they say, I don't want to sell to you. Yeah, I don't accept cash. So that part is like way beyond like so many different countries. So I was like, oh shoot, I was so wrong. Like I should have laughed at them.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, because I was in China last summer.
Okay.
I was in Jilin province, and you're right. Like WeChat was everything. I buy the taxi, buy food, pay rent. I was like, wow, this is magic. And
it's crazy, right?
It's so magic. It's so magical. So man, yeah, that's quite a lot of experiences. You need to run for president or something.
I need to run. No. But politics is too dirty. It's just I don't want to touch it.
Dirty everywhere. So right now you're handling DC, right?
Yeah. So after that China, I really stayed with them for like 4 or 5 months because
5 months.
yeah, only like 4 or 5 months because like I said at that time I was laughing at them.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's a long way to long term to go to do things.
Yeah.
So I was pretty open to the new opportunity back then. And then there's a Silicon Valley VC firm based in Palo Alto. So they approached me and said that, hey, I wanna invest in. We wanna try to do more investment in Asia. And so we're trying to find one like full time, representative in Asia. And based out of Taiwan. I was like, oh, Silicon Valley, China. Fuck you, China. Silicon Valley. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I was with them 2015 August around that time. And so for the past 3 years, I was trying to scout deals in Taiwan and Asia, in the region, and also spend 60-70% of my time doing fundraise for the new fund. So that's one very valuable experience for me. That try to fundraise for fun. Yeah, that's very different, and so it's totally another.
And the money you're raising the money. The limited partners are from Asia or every.
Mostly from Asia, and my job is because I'm based out of Taiwan, right? So my job is more like focusing on Taiwan LPs. So we try government, we try corporate, we try family offices, and that's when I realized that Taiwan is so conservative back then because they're actually very new to the concept of working with the VC. They have their own VC arm. So a lot of corporates, they have their own like VC arm to do the investment, but very few of them do the investment in fund. And I guess it's also some sort of like Chinese culture in a way that investment is not a popular idea in Asia, because we all start our own company from nothing, especially those old generation. They start from scratch, and they still believe that investment is evil. You have to do business. Don't just spend money on creating money, because you might lose the money. But if you really build something, you have the 100% guarantee that you have the markup, you have the profit, and it sells out for you. You can guarantee you have the money, the profit. But if you do investment, you might lose the money. So they are like
they can make so much money too.
Of course, but
they don't see the other side.
Yeah, they don't understand that part. So that's why if you look at the top richest people in Asia, it's always like real like how to say it, the businessmen who try to do their own business.
Like family.
The family, they do their business. But funny thing is that if you look at Hong Kong or Singapore, the richest people actually investing in real estate. So still, investment is the key to make you really, really crazy, stupid rich. Because rich Asian, right? Having your company doing business makes you rich, but not like you can't really go to the next level without investment. But not many corporates understand that, and it's kind of funny that we go there and we have the meeting and say, oh, we are the VC fund, and then now we are sort of like fundraise to the fund, and then we want you to join our ride and become one of our LPs. And they were like, so you guys are fraud, right?
Oh no.
No, we're not. No, I think you're fraud. No, we're not fraud. No, you are fraud. They don't have that concept.
It became a problem.
So they're so conservative, and they're okay with putting all their money in the bank, deposit in the bank with like negative interest rate. meaning that guarantee you lost a lot of money, lost you some money periodically, right? So they're okay with that, but they can't bear the risk of like making a huge profit or upside in profit. You know what I mean? Like they're so conservative.
They prefer either the money doesn't grow, but it's stable.
Yeah, but still, even with the little money lost every year, they're okay with that.
They're okay with that because inflation and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Inflation is much higher than the interest rate. So I was like mind blown. Like, wow, that's the mentality of and that's from CFO of the company.
Wow.
So I was like, damn, I want to be the CFO of your company. It's such an easy job. Yeah, I just need to deposit the money.
But that's a great experience to have because you got an inside perspective of how from the baseline level they have to make culture shift, mindset shift. I wish I had that kind of experience because I mean the arguments and stuff that would create some validation in terms of it's not an abstract concept that we're very complex. You can get a real feel.
Yeah.
But hopefully, did you guys raise money?
We raise money from other countries, but not so much from Taiwan.
That's okay.
Yeah. So we have another experience that there's a Taiwan LPs that he said that okay TK, I think I like what I hear so far. So I'm willing to give you $10 million as your LP. I was like finally, right?
Wow.
And then he said, but under one condition, all the decision making have to go through me. I'm the ultimate one to make the final decision.
You or him?
Him. Yeah, the guy who.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, it's just a potential LP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Taiwan, local Taiwan LP. And then I was like, what? Then we are not VC. Do you know like the GP LP structure, right? You have so meaning that LP is the one who only give you the money, and then this actually protect yourself because you don't have any liability on that. GP takes the whole liability on that, and that's why GP has to make the final decision. So I was like, what? You don't understand anything about like but he just like that's the bottom line. If I can't make the final decision, then I'm not going to invest in anything. And so I bring that back to our partners, and they were like, they were also so confused, like, what? This is broker. This is not VC. Yeah, and having a broker to scale deals for you doesn't really add up anything, and there's no value for you. Yeah, for LP, because they don't need to do any DD or any screening at first. They just keep you dumping, shady thing, because all they have to do is give you cases, and so they can get the money, right? They get the management fee and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's no incentive for the broker to find the good deals for you. So yeah, that one didn't really put off, unfortunately.
Yeah, the money sounds appealing, but it's a bad deal. It's not a good deal. So right now you manage this. You're one of the general partners for this VC.
So I left that previous VC the same month, last April, and then now I joined another VC as an EIR.
Okay.
So Entrepreneurial in Residence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, because when they approached me, I was trying to do my own startup. So right now I'm cooking my own startup. I want to do a startup again. I want to become an entrepreneur.
You're going back full cycle.
Full cycle again.
That's good.
And
with a lot of experience.
Hope that is helpful. So when they approached me, I was like, thanks for that. I really appreciate it, but I want to do my own startup right now. I don't want to just be a VC. So they were like, oh, okay, why don't you just join us as an EIR, because we can also use your experience and networks to get more deals. So you can help us evaluate the deals from time to time. You don't have to be in the office and stuff. So it's pretty free, in a very how to say that, fitting my schedule right now. Because I still have some spare time to spend. I haven't really started anything. I'm still in the cooking phase for my next startup. So
is
that's.
Is this startup still intellectual property Is it still hidden in the code somewhere?
Oh no, it's well, yeah. I mean, I don't have any. There's no stealth mode or any hidden thing. I just it. I'm doing right now. I'm trying to do a blockchain related project. Blockchain. So everyone knows, right? Blockchain is a fraud. A lot of scammer in there.
It's give and take.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to utilize blockchain to securitize some asset that is not securitizable before blockchain. Meaning that some asset that is like small and not a huge amount and might composed by a lot of small investors with small amount of investment. That's all the space I'm looking at. Because traditionally, pretty much all the securitizable assets are the assets that's huge and only takes the money from the wealthy individuals or wealthy organizations. The reason for that is that the cost of securitize those assets is super high because the fundamental infrastructure for banking and of those intermediaries have to be there, and the cost cannot you can lower the cost because there's so many intermediaries and the infrastructure there is so like old, existing for such a long time. But now utilizing blockchain, you can actually sort of like, I don't want to use the word replace them, but more like helping those processes become much efficient and cost effective. And that open up a whole new space of a lot of assets that would not be able to securitize before. And then if you can securitize that, a lot of new pool of capital can join that market and increase the liquidity, increase the value of the asset, and become more price discovery, price transparency for them. So that's the thing I'm looking at. But I haven't really started anything yet.
But I mean, through this entrepreneurial residence, you get to see it's like it makes you it keeps you inspired, right?
Oh yeah. So I was like, yeah, sure. EIR sounds great to me. I get to meet a lot of great talents. Every day. Get to get my toes into the industry. If I don't get involved in the industry for some period of time, I may get lost or isolated.
Thank you.
So it's good to become a
That's pretty cool. I wish you all the best. And if you need any help or anything, I'm not a tech guy, but most of my classmates might be coming back or something. Just keep me posted.
Thank you so much. I especially like the blockchain industry in States because now in Asia it's more toward arbitrage, more toward like people just want to get quick money by using the blockchain. But in the States it's more solid, more like fundamental infrastructure for the blockchain and the how to make the chain works better. I like that part much more.
Using blockchain to improve a previous platform that is stable. That wasn't stable, but like had some element of value in it, right? So it's not just blockchain. They're using blockchain to improve.
It's not just issue a token and have people buy your token and then you can just sell the token on the exchange and get quick money. So sad. But a lot of scammers doing that. So the reputation of blockchain is
it's not good.
It's not good now.
But you can make it better.
I hope so. Thank you so much. I hope so.
So what's your challenge with? Man, good.
Yeah. So
that's good.
So in Taiwan, I would say actually very few LPs and also very few early stage in VC firm. if you ask me, I've been in the industry for like almost 10 years, right? So I have some sort of like level of confidence saying that in Taiwan, probably less than 5 active early stage investments doing like Series A and before. And before. So so some VC do Series A, B, C more later stage. Majority of the VC, self-can VC, that they do pre-IPO. So very few, like less than 5, maximum 5, 6. That early stage VC firm that active have the money and actively investing early stage. So you can imagine it's really difficult for startups, local startups who want to do business. They don't have enough early funding at all.
Yeah, that's tough. And this less than 5, these are foreign investors? Are they foreign investors? This is less than 5. Well, it's a mix.
Pretty much all local ones. There are 1 or 2 have some GP that is more like American born Chinese, or like from other countries, but mostly the local ones.
Local, okay.
Not many overseas VC paying attention in Taiwan market, unfortunately.
Do you think there's room for private VCs to come in here?
Taiwan?
Do you think there's room for private VCs out
of Taiwan to invest in overseas stuff?
Yeah, to invest here. Do you think there's room for private investors from outside to come here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like from very early stage, like angel round. As an angel, you can definitely invest in companies. Not a problem at all. For early stage, like I said, this probably only for like 5, 6 early stage investment firm here, VC firm here. So lots and lots of room. Yeah. The point is that there's no money here. If you can somehow convince some LPs to invest in Taiwan and then set up definitely it's so easy for you to become popular and everybody will like chasing you because just so few supply.
I think that in the next 10 or 15 years, I'd like to be a private VC here.
You?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Please remember me at that time, okay? Yeah. Remember me.
So I'd like to get involved in the market here, but after a while, like 10 or 20
For sure, you need to build up the connection.
Yeah,
let me share with you that the one of the biggest lessons I learned through the VC role is really the connection. Like without the connection, 关系, right? You know the term 关系. So it's a Chinese word. It's called connection or relationship. 关系. So it's very common in States as well. A lot of people say, oh, I have to have the 关系to.
You have heard it, I didn't take it seriously.
Okay, yeah. So you have to have the 关系, the relationship to really. So it's either get the money or get the good deals. You have to have that. So it's so people business. This is so people business.
You're the fourth person that have told me this. Fourth person.
Okay.
The first was this guy from Sierra Leone.
Okay.
He went to law school in Chicago.
Okay.
Then worked in China for a year or 2.
Right.
Went back home and started a VC firm.
Okay.
And he told me that was the most important thing.
What's that?
He told me the most important thing is people relationship.
Yeah.
So he said that the people that invested in VC early on were his classmates from Chicago Law School.
No.
And that helped him kind of leverage the success stories.
Yeah.
Second person was a professor at Babson who told me the same thing.
Yeah.
I think the third was one guy from it was South Korea.
Okay. Also tell you that.
Yeah. Professor Hume. He said the same thing. Then you're the fourth.
Yeah, it's just That's why if you look at a lot of early stage VC firm nowadays, it's they pretty much all start their fund by their own money, with their own money, and then invest their own money. The main purpose of invest their own money is not to get the return, but more like building up the investor networks. So they will follow investment and then make sure that the other investors are the investors that have big names or might be helpful for their connection. That's what they invest. It's not too much about like what the startups do or or how big the market is.
Exactly.
So like relationships so important.
It's so important, yeah.
And think about it, if you ask for like fundraise, right? If you ask for 10 million US dollars, I mean, who are you? If they don't know you, 10 million US dollars is such a big amount of money. Why would they give you money? It's all based on trust, right? And trust takes time. It's not like a year or 2 years to build trust. It takes maybe like you say 5, 6, 10 years.
Who are you?
You guys are fraud. No way. No, I don't know you, so you are fraud. It's so fine.
Did you guys just, when he said you were a fraud, did you just leave or you guys argued?
Of course we argue, but not in that way. We're like, I don't know. Well, he didn't really literally say fraud. It's just like, but I think,
Doesn't make sense.
yeah. So that's funny. I think, I mean, if you compare Taiwan to Korea, Japan, I think we are less healthy or less. The government is not as aggressive as Korean's government. The consumer is not as how to say that? Like for Korea, I don't know if you heard that phrase that Korean people are very what's the word for that? They love the nations. What's the word for that? I just lost the word. But they they use Samsung's products, right? They use LG's products. They want to use their own national brand.
Okay.
In Taiwan, it's the opposite. People hate Taiwanese brand. People want to use products from Japan, from United States, from Korea. So it's even tougher for company try to build out something here domestically.
It's the same thing for Africa too.
Really?
Yeah, we don't like to use our own. Like it's gonna be fake. It's gonna be poor quality. It's gonna break. We get stuff from China, from the US, Europe. It's something from the US, made in the US, but
Yeah.
It's not gonna break.
So you guys love products from China, right?
Yeah, we love products. The thing about China is like the products are so affordable that you can't even get away from them. Like you take the US and China products.
Yeah.
China is like 10 times cheaper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
So,
do you want to order more? You can order more. Definitely, you can order more.
Order more. Okay.
Yeah, you want to try something else?
Yeah. I've talked for 65 minutes. I want to try something Taiwanese.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Not something I can get in the.
Do you like? So we have this kind of signature dish called mapo tofu. It's a tofu, spicy one. Which one? They have the English name.
Seafood and tofu?
Seafood tofu? Yeah. You want to try that one? Yeah. The seafood tofu. Yeah.
So just an FYI, I have my credit card. I have just a few hundred Taiwanese dollars. Do they take credit card here?
Here? So this is my trade.
Oh,
come on, man. Come on.
No, I'm not sure.
I will order that and also another one, like the ginger ginger intensity, pork intensity with ginger. Yeah, so also very Taiwanese dish.
Okay.
Maybe just.
Do they have drinks here?
Oh yeah. You okay with beer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
So did you? Hey, Jacob. You okay? 那个金牌。